Hi, my name is Marc Belaiche. I'm president of TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca. Thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to share with you tips on lawsuits, what the average business owner should know. And note that I'm not a lawyer and I'm not pretending to be. This is just coming from the perspective of my own personal experiences as a business owner and having dealt with legal issues over the years. Not too many, by the way, but these are my observations. So number one, it's very common for lawsuits for business owners to be involved with. They could include employment law action, intellectual property rights, fraud, contractual disputes, especially the employment law action. These tend to have come up a lot over the last few years. They didn't. I've been in doing recruiting for 25 years now. They didn't seem to be an issue as much as they have been more recently. Point number two is I believe the courts tend to favor the defendant. As a plaintiff, the onus is on you to get everything put together, documented, having signed agreements, proof. Sometimes it's hard to get all that information. Perhaps there's information that is that resides with an employee who's no longer with you. So sometimes it is harder to get that documentation. As a defendant, it's better for you, it's easier for you because you can slow down the process, you can countersue, you can put up walls, you can delay, you can frustrate the plaintiff quite a bit. So I have found personally that it has been a bit of a game in dealing with defendants and plaintiffs situations. Number three is make sure to have all the documents and the emails in the file, all the contracts, anything signed, whether you're a plaintiff or a defendant. Just make sure to have everything documented. Number four, I don't like getting involved with any kind of legal issues in the first place. So try to resolve legal issues before they happen. Get legal advice, meet with the other party, try to get everything on paper, try to get everything resolved in advance. I've always been told that 90 to 95% of cases never go to trial anyways. They're settled before that. So if you can save some time and not have to deal with any legal cases before they go to court, it's often much better for you. And even sending a legal letter can sometimes push the other side. Number five, you can use paralegals to do some of the work that would be less expensive than a lawyer. So if you don't have one, try to find one. Usually get them through referrals. But you can find them through LinkedIn and other contacts. Number six, look for prepaid legal plans. They can be very, very cost effective. It's just like CAA, where you kind of pay by the month, but then when you need them, you don't have to pay $200 or $300 to get a battery changed. You can you can use them, or to get your car towed, for example. You can use them for questions and comments that won't cost you an arm and a leg. Number seven, how to prevent legal action. Like just what you watch, what you say, what you do, and again, try to settle as much as possible, as quickly as possible. I never like dealing with any of that stuff, so I always try to just settle something before it gets out of hand. Number eight, and as I'm going down my list of lawsuits and what the average business owner should know, just from my experience, again, I'm not a lawyer. Check with your insurance company if there is a claim to see if you are protected from a lawsuit, depending on what it is. But check with them, ask them if you might be covered under your policy. Number nine, get a lawyer. Use a lawyer. It's often good to get some advice from a legal perspective, especially if you're not a lawyer like myself. Like I ask our lawyers all the time for advice or some suggestions on how to handle something. Number 11. When in doubt on something, just try to get the experience from a lawyer to give you some direction on it. I oftentimes ask for advice from other, say, business leaders as well, to get their opinion on what would they do in a situation like this, or here's the situation, what do you think I should do? So always get advice, get some other suggestions. I have found that lawyers are great. They will give you their legal opinion or legal advice, but there's sometimes the business advice side of it too, or there's other factors that they may not be looking at. They're just looking at the legal perspective. And then finally, number 11, don't underestimate the cost of lawsuits. They can be so expensive and time consuming and just a waste of time. I found it's just a waste of time in the end. You can settle a lot earlier if you can. and just try to avoid it as much as possible. So honestly, in conclusion, just try to stay away from lawsuits as much as you can. Sometimes you have no recourse, whether if you're a plaintiff and you have to pursue something because somebody's not trying to settle or they're putting up walls. So sometimes it's your last line of defense to do it. There's small claims court, of course, for amounts, I believe it's under $25,000 for a claim. And you can represent yourself and do that, and it's fairly user-friendly. But again, 95% or more of cases are settled before they even go to trial. So if you can settle them beforehand, that would be great. Again, my name is Marc Belaiche. I'm president of TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca. Happy that you watched. Feel free to check out our website. We do have our conferences that happen throughout the year. You can visit TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca to find out more information about that. And feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn too. I'm happy to chat if you have any questions about this video, or if you'd like to discuss anything from a business perspective. I'm happy to do that. You can visit me on LinkedIn. My name is Marc, M-A-R-C. Last name is Belaiche, B like Bob, E-L-A-I-C-H-E. And look forward to possibly connecting with you. Thanks for watching today.